And we are recording.
I'm not ready.
Yeah, no.
Let me put my dick away.
No, that was last week. When you
That was last week.
Yes.
That's
But
last
I am
week.
happy that you brought the Jeffrey Dahmer glasses.
I wore them on purpose for you. This is on purpose.
You see, listeners, now you can tell me. And Jeffrey Dahmer was also gay. So, correlation.
But you know what? I think that Jeffrey Dahmer wore more like aviator like glasses. These are just like dorky glasses, and they have a tint on them, so it looks like I got some sun, right? Because it's a little bit like a red, like a rose tint, so it looks like I'm like well rested, but really I'm just faking it. Who sleeps these days?
Story of my life.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're gonna do this in 3, 2, 1.
What are you doing?
Testes in my mouth.
Get on the ground, you fucking pledge!
Ew.
Welcome to the greatest podcast experience of your life. This is the FratChat Podcast.
All young men like 3 things. Food, booze, pussy.
Featuring Carlos Garcia and Chris Moore.
Yeah, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of the greatest podcast in the history of podcasting time. It's the FratChat Podcast. I'm Carlos Garcia with Chris Moore. Let's go, Mr. Mo.
Oh, I'm good. Just smoked a lot of weed. I'm great. How are you?
I am living the dream. Not coughing like a bitch, but who's counting?
But for what it's worth, before every recording, you do cough like a bitch. I just don't call it out because I'm nice.
Oh, you see, that's the thing. I just don't show it to listeners because you never wanted them to see you cry.
Yeah.
That's a lesson I learned in life.
As I get older, I cry more. Are you emotional? Do you cry sometimes?
Oh, hell yeah. I've always cried, though. I think I was ahead of the trend. I grew up in that boys don't cry era, and I cried like a bitch.
Let me tell you, I've been dead inside for a lifetime until I watched this movie called A Walk to Remember with Mandy Moore, and she fucked my life up.
It'll get you.
Oh
The
my
movie that
god.
broke me in half was the boy with the striped pajamas.
Oh my god. Woo.
I've never cried harder in the movie than that, and I refuse to watch it again because I just don't want to put myself through this. Fuck no.
Horrible.
You were telling me though, you have some tea that you want to get off your chest. How do you feel about it now that we're on the air, or did you forget about it? Because now you're looking at me like I have 2 heads. You were just fucking talking about this. We've been on the air 2 minutes and 49 seconds. We were talking about it right before.
Wait. I was complaining about work in the bathroom. That?
Yeah.
Okay. Exactly. Okay. Yes. I do. Okay. Yes. Not to say tea per se, but let me just ask you a question.
Go on.
Here's a hypothetical. Let's say I work with you.
Okay.
And it's a very busy, chaotic work environment. Okay. And I say to you, I had to go to the bathroom. Can you cover me for a few minutes?
Okay.
What if I'm in the bathroom for 45 minutes? Exactly. Exactly. Or can you do the other sound effect? Oh, SEMO.
Oh yes, SEMO.
Because I feel like if you're in the bathroom for a long time, like you could be pooping, but you could also be like, I hope you're not like jacking up. You never know, but like, but like, is it appropriate to reach out to your coworker and be like, hey man, are you okay? Or is that inappropriate?
Yeah.
Or like,
after 45 minutes, fuck yeah. If you're in a busy rush, like, hey man,
but
you alive?
But when they come out of the bathroom, is it okay if you be like, "Hey, are you feeling okay? Do you need to go home or whatever?" Or is that like, are you crossing the line? Because this day and age, you can't say shit to anybody from an HR perspective. So I'm like, I don't know what might be triggering for young people, but like, can I ask if you're okay, or if like you can continue your that's a long time to be in the
Well, as
bathroom.
long
Like,
as you're not like, damn, Johnny, did you shit yourself in there? What the fuck happened? I think as long as you're like, are you okay? You were in there. You were gone for a while. Just making sure, if you're not feeling well, you can get the fuck out.
because I feel like with young people, I would be like, if they're okay, they'd be like, "Yeah, why?" I'm like, "Because, never mind." Like, I don't wanna say the wrong thing, but I'm a little concerned if someone's in there for a long time. The other part of me is like, maybe they're, like, having an interview with another job. I don't know what the fuck they're doing in there.
They go, I'm gonna be right back. I gotta pee real quick, and they go to the other side of town.
Maybe.
I would tell them I have the old dentist appointment. That's what I use when I would go to another corporate job. Dentist appointment. I might come back in the afternoon, but I might not. Depends, It's on the other side of town. Depends how long it takes. These fucking dentists. And they're, oh yeah, don't worry about it.
Now,
Take your time.
I don't know about you, but me personally, I, um I feel like every morning my body is like, okay, Chris, at 9 a.m., you're gonna shit yourself. So be ready. So every day at 9, like roughly it could be
Are
8:45,
you asking me this
8:15.
question once every 3 months? What time my poop time is?
Really? Do I ask you this? Oh, sorry. I'm very interested in this. So
Yeah, whenever I wake up, mine is timed to take Stella out in the morning,
okay.
and then as soon as I get back inside, it's poop time. It doesn't
No,
matter what time I figure out. It's time to her.
okay, that checks. And this is what I've discovered. It's not really necessarily a time because I have a pretty like strict routine, but what it is like
Right.
after like maybe 30 minutes of just moving, I think I work it out and my body's like, let's go. So in the morning, I feel like whenever I leave work, I'm sorry, whenever I leave for work on the train, my body is like, here we go. And I'm like, oh, it's not a good time. Because when I wake up in the morning, I can sit in the toilet and be like, I'm ready. But my body's like, no, better not. So
No,
I
it has
feel
to
like,
take it out in there.
yeah, and so when I'm on the train in my head, I'm like, "Chris, tell your butthole you had every opportunity an hour ago when, like, I asked nicely." So, I realized that when I go to the gym in the morning, after, like, the walk to the gym and then start doing ab routine, my body is like, "Let's go!" So, I think I realized when I wake up in the morning, it doesn't matter what time I wake up, it's just I've had, like, a half hour of movement before my body's like, "It's
Yeah.
let's go pinch a little time," you know?
Totally, totally. And it is tied to certain places too. I don't know if it's like, how when you smell something, it reminds me of grandma's house. And in that case, is for you, it's diarrhea because there was one time your grandma,
Yeah.
so we told it on the air. But
Yep. Yeah. True
I think
story.
it's something like that. Like for example, for me, when I would get to work, yeah, I guess, but that's tied to movement too. You might be onto something actually with this movement theory. If you
Yeah.
you move around for
I'm
30
smart.
minutes.
I poop. Everybody poops, but I poop the best.
I will say when I worked for SNL a few months ago, uh, that interrupted my poop in a weird way because I had Julie take out Stella since I was leaving early in the morning, and so then it just hit me at like the worst times. So I kind of hated that. I don't know. I feel like I'd rather get it out before I leave. So then
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck. And you don't want to poop at SNL. That's just so awkward. But
That's why
I did.
you should always bring a Ziploc bag.
I didn't make it on TV, but I can say I pooped at SNL. Nobody gets to poop at SNL. That's just
I haven't. I
that's when you know
haven't.
you
I
made it.
would love I would love to poop at SNL. I
I'm
threw
gonna
up
put
at
it on my credit.
Chanel. I threw up
Yeah,
at Chanel's headquarters. Does that count?
that's close. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That could be our new credits.
I bring a Ziploc bag with me everywhere because this is a lot more reliable than your average grocery bag.
Yeah,
for poop poop
that's
to conceal the smell.
what I hear.
Did you
That's what they
know that
say.
once upon a time I worked for this company called Cohen's Fashion Optical? Am I gonna get in
Okay,
trouble for this? We'll see. So,
probably.
so for the holiday at their corporate office, I made fudge. Have I ever told you this? I made fudge and I bought this is so gross. I bought like green doggy bags that you would like pick a poop with,
Oh
and I
God.
divvied up the fudge and I rolled it into like poop shapes, and I put it in these green bags. I tied it in a knot, and for the holiday, I put one on everyone's desk. And so everyone comes to
Oh
work and
my
they're like,
God.
is there a bag of poop, like of dog poop on my, And I was like, "No, it's for me. It's for happy holidays." They're like, "What the fuck is this?" I'm like, "It's fudge. It's so good." And some of them were like, "Chris, you're so funny," but some of them were like, "I'm gonna call HR." And so HR was like, "Chris, this is not funny. You can't do this." It was so funny. Like I look back and I'm like, "This is so good. I'm so brilliant."
I mean, I'm not gonna. I love fudge, but poopy shaped fudge, I'd be hesitant to eat it. Even if I see someone else take a bite, you never know. One out of 10 of those could be a special surprise.
I got there early. I planted it. I stood back and I'm like, "This is art."
Excuse me, why is there corn in mine?
Exactly. It's so funny. It's like I feel like I should be like, if I have a grocery bag, then it's assumed that I went to the grocery store. If I'm holding a gym bag, I guess I went to the gym. If I'm holding a bag of poop, is it fair to assume that I have a puppy? I don't think so.
No, yeah, that's fair enough. That's fair enough.
Maybe I just wanted to bring you a Christmas gift. Is that too much to ask?
I made myself. Good times. Anyways, it's time for us to get to emails from the listeners. Oh yeah,
Yes.
because we got some good ones this week, Mr. Mo. And these are both relationship ones, which is good. At different stages of
Relationship.
relationship.
What's that?
That's right. Poor Sima over there.
Wah, wah, wah.
Maybe one day. Maybe one day. Also, if you know a good divorce attorney,
No.
hit him up at chris.moore.comedy. Good times. Anywho,
Anyhow.
why don't you get us started, because yours is an earlier stage in relationships.
Okay. Sounds good. So, thank you, Marcel from Wyoming. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know where Wyoming is on the map. And quite frankly, when there's an election and like states are popping up and they're like, Donald Trump got another red state, Wyoming. I look at the shape of Wyoming. I'm like, where does that fit on the puzzle that is the world? And I still don't know. But anyhow, hi Marcel.
Great.
Thanks for the listen. Uh this is what you wrote. He says, "Okay, what's the rule? I went out with someone that I like a lot. The date was great. Do you know what is an acceptable time frame to check in without sounding too desperate? Thanks, Marcel from Wyoming." This is a
Ooh.
great question.
Ooh.
Marcel, this is a great question. I had a weird fucking question of the week about like raccoons and swans and shit, and I'm like, who cares? But this is a great question. Okay, so I hear that um there's this like ongoing idea that you wait 2 days. Have you heard this before? The gays say this. They're
Yeah.
like, wait 2 days, don't sound too desperate. So this is Marcel, I don't know if you're gay or straight, but this sounds um
Straight.
it sounds pretty universal to me, right? Because you guys feel the same way. I will tell you, I know that my husband and I uh, have our ups and downs. But um, when I met my husband, um, we went out on our first date. We came home, and I was so excited that I told my roommate, I'm like, oh my gosh, this guy's so great, yada yada yada. And then when my husband called me, um, I was like so ecstatic. And he also just called to say that he got home and wanted to say good night. And he had a great time. And that spoke volumes. Because otherwise, sometimes like, sitting home and wondering like, mm, do we have a good time? Did I like it? Like, how do we, you know what I mean? I think the very least is just to say, like, a home okay. Did you go home okay? It's nice. But to wait 2 whole days, now that I think about it, like, I would give up after that.
Yeah, 2 days. I've never been a 2-dayer. It depends on the situation. For example, with Julie, our first date, she happened to live literally a block down from my apartment. So I ironically texted her, like I said, walked her to her apartment, and then I walked over to mine, and it's like, oh man, my terrible commute, and and I cracked a joke about that, and so we kind of kept chatting, but it depends on how it feels. I feel like 2 days is like this fast paced moving world. I feel like 1 day tops. And like that's for someone to check in and at least keep some flirtation going. Sure, you can wait the 2 days and I'm not gonna be mad, but I feel like really by the next day you can be like, hey, what's up? I had fun last night. You want to hang out again sometime? Whatever. You don't have to do that, but you can at least keep the communication going, especially if you like this person. And also, it depends how much you were chit chatting up to uh, the leading up to the date. Like if you were super chatty, there's no reason to wait 2 days because it's customary. In fact, that might turn off the person. So I don't know. I've always been on the if you like them, hit them up type thing. Because I've learned girls otherwise think you don't give a fuck. It's and they move on, and I'm sure it's the same thing for guys too.
Yeah,
It's people think that you busy or you don't care anymore, and then the next thing you know, you see the relationship status has changed, and it ain't with you.
yeah.
And you're lonely.
I think that, like, my friends who've been, like, if they go on a date, I'm like, "Oh, how was it?" And they're like, "Ah, it's okay, we'll see. I'm gonna give it one more date." And then I always say to them, like, "No, maybe you shouldn't." Because I've never have been like, "I don't know about someone," and then by the second date, have been like, "They're the one."
They're
Like, I've never,
amazing.
And
Yeah.
so
If
and so
anything,
I
it's
feel
the
like
other way around for me. Like I've been like the first date is great. I can't wait to see him again. And then you see him again, and that date is like, I don't really like this person. I think I
that
drank too much on the
happens,
first date.
probably. But I just feel like, I've never been, like, underwhelmed and then miraculously, like, I don't know, overwhelmed. So I think that, if you're not inclined to, like, check in after, like, getting home or the first date, and if you're, like, going by a technicality, by a rule, I think you might be a tool and you don't like this person that much. Keep it moving.
Don't be a tool. Don't go for a rule. Guess what about a shirt? Hashtag FratChat Podcast. Let's do it.
Hashtag hashtag
Mhm.
brilliant.
Yeah,
Okay,
buddy.
so what's your letter?
So for mine,
Does it say yo frat chat, yo, heyo,
yo, buddy.
erwer. Second, rewind.
They had it was like got them all.
I love it.
So this one comes from April from DC, Washington, D Sizzle. So this one is interesting, and I think we've all been there. And I don't know. Let's see. I've been dating this guy. Hey, Scares. Hey, Frat Chat. I've been dating this guy for about 6 months, and it's been going pretty well, except for one thing. Whenever we're out in public and he introduces me to people, servers, Uber drivers, his coworkers, friends, he refers to me as his lady friend. not girlfriend, not partner, lady, friend. Like he's a 78-year-old man trying to discreetly describe a sex worker in the 1950s. I brought it up, and he said he just, in quotations, doesn't like labels. But he has no problem label his fantasy football team touchdown daddy. So now I'm wondering, am I being chill, or is this a low key way of keeping me in girlfriend purgatory? Because I didn't survive a situationship in 2022 to get downgraded to Jane Austen extra in 2025. April from DC. Ooh, I mean, I feel like going to lady friend all the time and not once dropping the girlfriend is kind of like introducing someone as your roommate. It's like I have
Hmm.
lots of lady friends. None of them are my girlfriend.
I'm rereading this because um
And doesn't do labels.
I
That's like
okay,
I'm single. Like I can hook up with people, but not you. That's what that sounds like.
so I misunderstood this because when I saw lady friend, I think lady boy. And so I read this entirely differently because I thought that maybe April was trans and her partner was legitimately 78 years old, and instead of
No,
saying this is my girlfriend or this is my, I don't think it's necessarily say trans girl, but just say girlfriend, and then it says like, oh, this is my lady girl or this is my lady friend. It was just super derogatory. That's how I thought this, and I was like, oh my gosh, like don't date old fucks. Like they said the wrong things. Like I have an old colleague that retired, but still would call Asian people Oriental, and I would be like,
well, this is
I
not what we're talking about,
can't.
goddamn it. This is
Like
not
you
it at
can't
all.
say that. That's
He's a
so
normal man.
horrible.
He
But
says the
I
judge.
thought, but I literally thought that April was maybe trans and like her partner was being like old and derogatory, and that we should find her a new partner. That's what I
And
thought this
this is
was.
why the Department of Education is important, people. Make sure to write your Congress people and your representatives at the Senate. Learning matters. Hashtag. Right.
No.
But no, that isn't it. He brings her places. I don't, it doesn't say their age difference, but he's not saying he's like a 70-year-old man trying to strap a sex worker in the 50s. But he brings her places, and he's just like, hey, this is my lady friend, April, rather than my girlfriend. I don't know. I don't like it. I feel like you gotta, if he doesn't like relationship like terms and stuff, doesn't like labels, it's like, then how can you ever see yourself getting married or something like that? And it doesn't sound uh like, from what you said, that you want to waste time. So if I'm you, I draw a boundary and say, especially after 6 months, that's some time commitment right there. uh I would say, listen, I understand uh if you really are not a relationship person, that's fine, but I am, and if we can't be exclusive and set a name to this, then and I don't know what this is, and I necessarily don't want to do it. And that's what I would do, because it doesn't sound like you want to do it. Or
I
you
don't
can
know.
just see other people and see, fuck it, and keep dating this guy, but be like, oh well, we didn't have you didn't want to have labels, so I guess we're single, which so I fucked Steve over here. That'll make him put a label to it real quick. Let me tell you,
You know,
real quick.
I'm gonna respectfully disagree. I think it's okay to ask for clarification, but like he's not saying friend. He's saying lady friend, and lady is synonymous
Lady
with
friend,
girl.
I've literally called someone my lady friend, and I know exactly. That's like, and I stole it from like the whitest dude I've ever seen. That's like That's literally like, oh, dude, oh yeah, this is Chris. He's my roommate.
No, no, no. I think I don't know. I think I think that like it depends on the context and the inflection and the way it's said. So if someone were to say
He
like,
always says lady friend. He's never said girlfriend.
that's okay to me because if he's like, "Hey guys, this is my lady friend," then he's implying that like this is
Eh,
more of a romantic thing. So like, if someone were to say, so if I was dating someone and he said like, hey guys, I'm introduced you to Chris. He's my man friend. That's like saying like he's my special friend. He's my little, you know what I mean? Like it
Yeah, but
wouldn't
for
bother
gays,
me.
see, that's different. If he says it like this, oh my god, it's my lady friend, then it's definitely a beard, and then I'm fucking telling her you should definitely run.
Oh no, I was trying to. I mean, in the gay world, but as far as the straight world is concerned, if this guy is saying, "Hey guys, this is my lady friend over here," I would take that as like this isn't just a friend or a coworker or this is specifically a feminine friend. Like that doesn't bother me. I think
All I
April getting too much into it because if someone were to call me his boyfriend or his man friend or his boy or whatever the case may be, like I would be like, okay, we're good. But if someone were to say, this is my friend, or just say, like, hey guys, I want you to meet April, and didn't give a title, this is April, I would be like, ooh. If they were to say, hey, this is my friend, April, I'd be like, ooh. But to say, this is my girlfriend, or this is my lady friend, April, I think it's like kind of synonymous. It doesn't
Well,
bother me.
he never said girlfriends, and that's the thing. And he said he doesn't like labels. All I know is every fucking guy I've ever seen who's told a girl that they don't like labels at 6 months in, it's because they're out being fuckboys and they want to be a fuckboy. And it doesn't matter if they're successful, they're going to try to be fuckboys. And they're out there trying to pick up girls on the side every single time. I don't know, and the
Maybe,
gay side might be different.
but
But
lady
this
friend
side,
sounds label-like.
dirty dog. Don't trust him, April. Don't
I don't
trust him. I'm
know.
telling you, I've been that asshole who fucking leads some girl on. And it's like, oh yeah, well, babe, I don't know what we are, because I know I can potentially do better. That's exactly what he's doing, and I was way wrong for that. I was a fucking jerk. I was young, and I was in college and shit. But guys, some of them don't fucking grow. And after 6 months, like I understand if it was 2 months. That's still early in the game. I would even give it to him if it was 3 to 4 months, and I would be like, at 4 months, you're pushing a kid. But at 6 months, that's half a goddamn year. That's a whole season of a TV show. I'd say at that point, you lost me, brother. You lost me. But that's just me.
I don't know.
So
I feel like I just want to say one more thing. I wouldn't refer to anyone as any way to a server, a Uber driver, or even some coworkers. So to specify that this is your lady friend to tertiary people that like don't matter, I think that's a good sign. So I think April, you need to ask clarification of what he means by lady friend, and don't make any assumptions. Just be like, when you say lady friend, what do you mean? You mean like girlfriend? You mean like friend friend? You mean like?
that's the thing. He says he doesn't do labels, which is what's frustrating her.
But
So
that's a label to me. Lady friend is a label. It's a qualifying friend.
I think it's like a hand job girl at that point. Oh yeah, she's my lady friend. She
Maybe.
comes to me
Then own it and be the best
Thursday
hand job girl in the world.
and gives me dirty handies.
Yeah.
But I guess with this one, April, you're gonna have to agree to disagree here, and we're gonna give you both sides of the coin, which at the same time is very useful. So that way you can make up your own goddamn mind, because ultimately, that's what this is about. But
Yeah.
just know that I'm right and Simo's wrong. Anyways,
Yeah. Probably. I'm a little buzzed, April. Sorry, girl.
Just kidding. That is a very good point. That is a very good point, which is what I'm supposed to say, but now fuck up. He's wrong. No, Simo, you're doing great, buddy.
Lick my asshole. All right.
Oh,
What's
bless you.
next? Do you have an article?
See, you're not feeling well.
No, I'm gonna go to the bathroom for 45 minutes and wait for you
That's
to
right.
reach
We'll
out.
see you in 45. That's probably what you missed.
Yeah.
Anyways, up next, we got some good news here, which I gotta say, it's rare. Let me see here. Speaking of rare, it's rare to see Timmy over here not fucking about. Hey, buddy. Hello. Hello. Oh, he had one headphone on. I don't want to know what you're watching, but can you hit the button? Thank you. We're recording this later for you. So, hit it. Yeah. What I gotta say? That's one good news right there. But two, most importantly, because I'm very happy to report this, because I have to say, it's very rare that I report anything good, anything positive that's actually useful to Americans.
Yeah, if you fuck a conch shell, it's not bestiality.
That's right. Write that down. Tell a friend.
Yes.
We
There you have
investigate.
it. There's the news. Thanks, guys. Good
That's the
night.
news. We'll see you next week. But yes, positive news from the Trump administration. Effective immediately, the TSA will no longer require travelers to remove their shoes during airport security checks. The updated policy, announced July 8th, 2025, applies to all passengers at U.S. airports, regardless of pre-check status. Thanks to advancement in screen technology, agents can now scan footwear without the need for removal. It's a small shift, but one that definitely signals a move towards faster, less invasive travel experiences after literally 20 fucking years of slipping off our goddamn shoes and security lines. Now we can finally keep them on, because that shit was annoying. You're like juggling all your shit, and they're making you take your laptop out and put it in a different goddamn container, and then you're like juggling with like 6 containers, and on top of that, you got to take your fucking shoes off too, and you don't want to do it too far out in the line, because then you're walking around all these dirty people like foot floors, and you see all that. I'm talking to you white people who like to take your shoes off on the plane. You got some disgusting, sweaty, wet feet. You're dragging them all around the goddamn terminal, and then me and my socks come in and soak it up. So now, I am very happy to report this. And no, sure, it's probably a distraction from someone who we won't say who, being on the Epstein files. But
We'll see a president. Okay, that narrows it down to a few people.
but I'll take it. They say a broken clock is right twice a day, and at least this is helpful. So sure, we're not going to get tax cuts. We are fucked out of our ass on that department, and our Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security, all that stuff is getting slashed. The weather satellites are getting shut down, so we won't be able to predict the weather anymore. And there's going to be way more
Texas. I'm praying
all that
for you.
shit. That's right. The infrastructure is going to go to waste. All these things, but at least we can keep our shoes on America.
I want to say 2 things. Well, 3 things. Okay, first of all, Donald Trump.
Maybe 5.
Although I like to keep my shoes on at the airport and I like plastic straws, I still don't respect you. These are not small wins. These are just coincidences of commonalities, and I still don't respect you. Okay.
I won't say the plastic straw thing. Thank you. I will die on that hill. I'm sorry, Dolphin. You can fucking chop those up. I love you, Donald, for that. You are the man. If you hear
paper straws. I hate paper straws that
they're
dissolve
the worst, dude. They're the worst. You leave your fucking straw in your drink, you go take a piss, you come back, it's like dissolved. It's gone.
Yeah. Or like if I use a straw for one drink, I'm gonna reuse the same straw for the next drink. I don't want to waste straws.
Exactly.
Like,
you can't do that with that. Absolutely. So I gotta say, Donald, at least you used your power for good and not one thing. So thank you.
Okay, so the second thing I want to say really quickly is that like I feel like some airports are like, okay, shoes are fine, and some airports are like, take them off. And then the same airports are not always consistent with their messaging. So there's been times I've gone to the same airport and I'm like, shoes, you can leave your shoes on. They're like, no, shoes off. Like, oh, so sorry. And then the next time I go there, I'm like, shoes off. No, keep them on. I mean, whatever you want to do. Like, okay.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I definitely think it like matters on who's working that day
I think
and how much they hate you. It's like, fuck, Steve is here. He's mad. His wife left him yesterday, so he's gonna be a dick.
And the second thing I want to tell you,
cavity search today.
Yeah, I would like to get my cavity search. So, okay, this is very random. I need to.
That's what you mean?
In the back alley, I did my physical the other day, and just like a routine physical, and
SEMO.
She was like, once you're 40, we should test you for other things, and then in a few years, we need to test you for your prostate. And I was like, well, don't you worry about nothing, girl, because I check my prostate twice a day. And she was like, her whole face just dropped, and she looked at me like, no, no, I'm not gonna go there. But the
And
last
that's
thing
why Simo can't go to his family doctor anymore.
I know. So the last thing I wanted to say to you is that so you ever been to the airport and there's this like the company called Clear.
No, I've never seen that.
So Clear is like it's almost like a TSA pre-check. It's like that
Right.
line you can go into and they scan your eyes and you can jump on the plane faster. And they're always like, you want to
Oh
try
shit.
Clear for free for like no money down for 2 months. You never tried this before?
No, fuck no. They always put me, I always get stopped anyway, so I don't think anything is gonna help. But yeah,
Yeah,
that sounds
probably not.
interesting.
So I did it once, try a free trial, and there was like some glitch with their system, and I don't know what's going on, but then like they're troubleshooting some things, and then it took longer than if I just went through the main line. So I was like,
Right.
okay, I'm not interested. So they were gonna renew or like give me an account for like a $200. It's like $200 a year. They're gonna charge me if I don't cancel it. So my coworkers are like, we have to remind each other to cancel this on this date if we don't want this. So before the
Okay.
2 week like trial period, I canceled it. And guess what? These fuckers billed me anyway, and I'm still fighting it. I'm still fighting it. This is a year ago. This
Wow.
year, I checked my bank account. Well, I use this thing called like Rocket Money, this app, and Rocket Money was
Yeah.
like, you have like a bizarre charge or a recurring charge from Clear. They charged you
Right.
another $200. And so when I reach out to Clear, I use their AI function. I'm like, guys, do I have an account? They're like, no, you canceled your account before it began like a year ago. I'm like, then why am I getting charged? They're like, well, let us connect you with like a representative. I could be on hold for like an hour and nothing happens. So I try calling. I can't connect. And then they reach out to me. They're like, can you rate us? Can you rate for us your customer service experience with our agent? I'm like, bitch, no one answered. So I'm out $400 from this free trial period at Clear. If you're listening, you guys fucking suck. And I googled your ass, and this happens all the time to people. So if I can give you any advice in the world, it is to not fall for those Clear representative bullshit fuckers.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing about trusting the government with anything.
You know?
You know what they call it. It's always gonna fucking be kind of shitty at first.
Yeah.
So
And they scan my eyes, they know my eyes, they know my fingerprints and everything, and like my IDs, and then they're taking money, and there's nothing I can do about it. Man, like fucking Trump, you're a goddamn grifter. This is all your fault. I blame you. Let's go.
yes, the
What's next?
$300 went directly to him.
Yeah.
Say thank you, asshole.
He's like,
Okay.
you didn't want my playing cards or my digital like images. You didn't want my gold sneakers and my special coins. So you know what? I'm gonna get
You
you
have
a
my
hurt.
eye.
Travel a lot.
Believe me. And actually, they were bragging before we move on to the topic about collecting tariff money. And they're like, Mr. Trump, so happy to report that we've collected something like 300 billion tariff dollars and more money than we would have. So thank you for your tariff policy. That means that tariffs worked. And it's literally like, motherfucker, way to brag about charging us way more money and trying to spin it into a positive. Yes, motherfucker, we've all paid. That means Americans have paid $300 billion in goddamn tariff money to you, you fucking piece of shit, which is going to go
So
to your goddamn
stupid.
tax cuts, which to your fucking big, beautiful, stupid bill. God. But anywho,
Hate
it
it.
is time
For
to
what?
get to it now. It's time to end the show. Goodbye. Yay. No, but it is time to rock and roll because, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, rebranding is hard. But these celebs we'll talk about today took a chance, and honestly, they failed miserably. Whether it was actors trying to become pop stars or action heroes, certainly singing about Punani for some reason, These reboots were less comeback and more, for the love of God, please stop. Some lost fans, some lost careers, and a few just straight up fucking lost their minds. So this week, we're counting down rebranding disasters when celebs try to reinvent themselves right here at the FratChat Podcast, because we got the boldest, the weirdest, and the most cringe-worthy attempts at reinvention that made everyone say, who the fuck told them this was a good idea? So, sit down, buckle up. This is going to be a fun one. It's going to be a good one. And it'll definitely bring us back to a time where simpler days. Simpler days for simple people. That's all I got to say.
Here,
But good
present.
Anyways, we have an honorable mention in this case because this one we have to debate. And no, this whole thing is about whether these reboots, I guess, these rebrands were terrible. But in this one, Simo thinks it was, and I respectfully disagree. So we put it here first. We can debate it real quick. And it's Miley Cyrus and her bangers era, which is, that rough shift from being a Disney star to being the edgy twerker with the tongue out, 24/7. The one that twerked on Robin Thicke. She twerked on Robin Thicke at the MTV Awards. Everyone lost their shit. But what do you think, Mr. Mo? What do you think? You're on the what side are you on?
Okay, so I didn't like this. I like her now, but I didn't like that side of her. So I think that she's had two main transformations. She was a Disney star. She was like hot mess, like self-proclaimed pothead. And now she's got her shit together. So now I like her now, but I do think that there was a moment that I didn't necessarily find her rebellion credible. So she got accusations of cultural appropriation and performative rebellion. And so we were like, okay, like, is this genuine or is this just a caricature that you're portraying? Like, are you real? So I didn't love that. I didn't love it. I thought it was weird. Her music's phenomenal. I've loved all of her music, but I just didn't necessarily like her. I would dance to her stuff, but I was like, I mean, you're like, I didn't take you seriously, Sorry, Miley, I love you so much, but
see, I'm on the side that this actually worked because this is a time period that cemented her as a goddamn pop megastar. Like she was everywhere. She had, like it was like when Britney Spears got a little more sexual, and everyone was like, "Oh my God, look, she's so wild." This is the same shit. And she was a teenager, you know what I mean? But plus, this was the time where she released songs like "Wrecking Ball," which was a massive success.
yes.
"Party in the USA," which was played at every goddamn college party across the country. And again, when Britney Spears went a little sexual, everyone attacked her. And it was the same fucking thing. And this was Miley acting her age at the time, which is like when you're in college aged, this is your time to rebel. And then, like you said, now she's more grown up. She's got her shit together and she's not out there wilding out anymore. But I do feel, while I do agree at the time, I was like, that looks a little performative myself. I did think that. I came to appreciate it in hindsight because it was like the same thing with Justin Bieber at the time when I would see, oh, he's like 20 years old and he's getting in trouble for racing his Lamborghini in his neighborhood. And I'm like, that fucking punk. But I'm like, in hindsight, if I was a 20-year-old and I had a fucking Lamborghini, that'd be exactly what I'd be doing. I fucking was racing my Jeep, which tops out at 65. It's just what you do when you're a fucking kid. You're a goddamn punk. So I gotta say, this one, I get why you would hate it because I had the similar thoughts, but I mean, the songs and the era definitely made her an icon, and it definitely made people stop looking at her as the Disney pop queen type thing, the teeny bop type thing.
I have 2 things in response to what you just said. Okay, point number one is that Wrecking Ball and Party in the USA are two different eras. So when she had long hair, That was era number 1. That was Disney era. But Wrecking Ball with her short hair to me is a different era because she went from fully
2013.
fully
That's the same era.
clothed, long hair. But to me, Wrecking Ball is a different era because she's literally hair chopped off, butt naked on a Wrecking Ball. So my second point is, Britney Spears, she had noticeably larger breasts. I'm not sure if she grew them or if they're implants. It doesn't matter. But I think that the fact that she had noticeable um nips poking through her shirt, so people were like, "Whoa, you're not wearing a bra. You have nips. Like you are a slut." She wasn't. She was always lovely, but
She
but
was
people were like,
mature. She hit the
"No."
spot when she was like 15. And she
Miley
turned
flat
18.
out went from Disney mode to like, "Imma get naked and hang on this, like, swinging ball." Like, she's butt naked. So that's a
Yeah.
huge difference. So I think that Miley really pushed the envelope, and she was successful, and people
Yeah,
were like,
of
"Okay,
course.
like, you're different, we get it." However, it just seemed it's almost like, okay, when Christina Aguilera did her Dirty video, like, I was like, "Okay, I get it, like, you're trying to break out of a shell, like, but you don't literally have to be, like, physically dirty, you dumb fuck." You know what I mean? So, like, that was a little too much too. So everyone has their moment, but I just feel like Miley is really, like I don't know. She went a little too far. I'm glad she's back, but, it was performative, and I didn't like it. I like where she is now, and now people respect her, and now she's winning Grammys, but she wasn't winning Grammys when she was like Hot Mess Express.
That's fair. She's definitely more of financial success now too, because she spent a fuck ton of money on her tour back then. That totally negated making much of a profit. She spent like $70 million on her vision for the tour, which is fucking insane.
Oh wow.
Uh, yeah, it's a lot of money to spend on a tour. Like, damn, dude. uh, but I do think that now her going that far of an extreme, then naturally the next step to get is then you get your shit together and then goes into a serious mode, and then you attract that older audience. But I think she needed, especially in 2013, she needed to push the envelope to get noticed, and I have to say she did. And eventually, people grow out of that shit, and
Yeah.
I support it. But what do you think, people? Let us know. FratChat Podcast at gmail.com. What do you think about Miley? Twerky era. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Let us know. Let us know why, most importantly. If you have something funny to say, maybe that'll be the letter from the listeners next week that will air for you guys. But now we're on to the top 10. And this one, we definitely agree. These top 10 rebrands were fucking whack. Like, what were you guys thinking? So, why don't you go ahead and lead us off, Mr. Mo, with number 10, since I just basically read the last one.
Okay, I'm ready. So number 10, Heidi Montag goes full pop diva. Do you ever heard? She's married to Spencer
Yes.
Pratt. So
Yeah. He
okay, so
sucked.
after she was on a show called The Hills. So after The Hills, Heidi Montag wanted to become the next Britney Spears. She dropped serious cash, over $2 million, on her pop album called Superficial. She even hired I know. Well, she even hired Lady Gaga's producers and tried to build a new identity as a sexy blonde dance pop princess, with like huge tits, and she even got like even like her chin and like her nose, and every
A
holy
lot
moly,
of work. She like makes the
crazy.
Kardashians look natural. Let me just say that.
Yeah, like I mean, she was a pretty girl, and she was beautiful
She
beforehand.
was
Now
hot
she's
before.
like,
That's the thing. I actually thought she was better looking before she got the work done. Like, I really thought
100%.
like she was very attractive. There was no reason to get any of that done. I get if you want to get bigger boobs, but she didn't need to do anything to her face. She was beautiful. So I just like now it's like kind of tough to see her just because of it's all the work. Like, it's not her anymore. It's like it's not like she looks ugly or anything like that. It's just a different person altogether. It's weird.
Well, in fact, so she was so serious about her little glow up that she famously had 10 plastic surgeries in one day, including a chin reduction and like something called back scooping. I don't know what the fuck that is, but like she had some back scooping. So anyway, this
Weird.
album that she had that was called Superficial, the album flopped harder than a belly flop at spring break, so it sold fewer than 1,000 copies in its first week. Like, like Rihanna, Madonna,
Ooh.
Beyonce, they're selling
Ooh.
like millions of copies in the first week. And this stupid hoe sold 1,000 copies, fewer than
That's
1,000 in the first week.
so bad, dude. Like I feel so, especially with a $2 million budget
Yeah,
to get 1,000
horrible.
people, and you being on that TV show, like you couldn't have gone to a couple conventions and sold them for $1.
Let's say
Like
the
what the fuck,
albums
dude?
they're $20 a piece. Then you just raised $20,000 for a $2 million project. Like
Bro, that
that's
doesn't even pay for the studio time. Like that
no
doesn't
way.
even pay you for an hour in a good studio in Hollywood.
So
Like
the public and our
wild.
fans, they saw it for what it was, a desperate attempt at fame that wasn't backed by real talent or, quite frankly, authenticity. So her label dropped her. Her music career never recovered, and she became a cautionary tale of trying to buy your way into a new persona, literally. But then her house burned down, and Spencer was like, "My wife is like super sad. Like, someone, like, please, like, appreciate her music." And then she got a little bit of a resurgence, but whatever. I mean, I haven't seen much since the fire, so like maybe that
Yeah.
was just a hot moment, a social media like frenzy.
Literally.
But oh god,
That's a
yeah.
real hot moment.
Oh god. Oh god. No.
Oh, straight to hell, straight to hell. I'm sure they had insurance, so
I hope so. That's so sad. I heard that eucalyptus plants were super flammable, and a lot of my friends in LA have eucalyptus plants because it grows
really?
there. And I'm like, they should like the city should say, hey guys, listen, like just in case there's another fire,
Yes, they
you
are
should probably not have eucalyptus plants because they're like super flammable, you know?
very flammable. Yeah. By the way, I saw what back scooping is.
What is
It's kind of
that?
like lipo, but it's a
Oh, really?
cosmetic surgery designed to remove excess skin and fat from the back, creating a smoother, more contoured appearance. So
Okay.
they like really suck fat and skin from back there. And yeah, there's a St. Louis cosmetic surgery thing that has about literally talking about Heidi Montag and back scooping.
Oh yeah.
It's, yeah, literally, it's like people have been asking about back scooping ever since Heidi Montag said the term. So they say by let's see, well, by placing a patient face down in the operating room, a tiny incision is made in the gluteal crease, the gluteal, so the booty crease,
Yeah, that's what I
along with
asked.
one tiny incision in the gluteal fold on each side. Through these three tiny incisions, I can suction the excess fat from the lower back and hip area. This removes the fat from these areas, giving a more scooped out appearance. The other benefit of this approach are that your glutes look better and can be given a rounder shape. Now you can look like you have been doing lunges at the gym. God, Jesus. And they say that the outer thighs can be suctioned as well. Uh, and then most of the patients will also have liposuction on their abdomens and flanks from tiny incisions on the front side as well. So your waist will be made smaller. So it's basically it's like to get like I feel like it's like to get those back side jillies. You know what I mean? Like when your doctor was like squeezing your back fat, remember?
Yeah. Oh, I remember.
You told us this is how you prevent that, I guess.
Well, I feel like if you scoop your lower back, doesn't it just elongate your torso and make I don't want elongated torso. I want
Yeah,
longer
I don't
legs.
think someone like you would need this at all. But it's like if you have, I get it. Like especially those last few stages of losing weight, where you have literally those little side patches that the girls, with that the millennial girls would just put their hands on their side over here to cover up. So they do this
Are
pose.
these love handles?
Yeah, kind of like your little love handle, so you can get rid of that
Ooh,
type thing.
gross. I wouldn't even leave the house with that. Just kidding. I feel like when I put on my
Disgusting.
swim when I put on my swim trunks, I think I have love handles. I think it's just like, welcome to life. Like that's life,
Yeah,
you know
it's
what I
just
mean?
part of you. It's just part of you. So these
I'm gonna be
celebs,
honest. Every professional like modeling photo they have ever took, I was sucking in some capacity, or I was
oh fuck
twisted
yeah,
in a way that made it look like it was natural, and I assure you that it absolutely was not.
fuck yeah, dude. It's all about the good shots, the right times of the day to take pictures too. Before meal especially is great. After you eat a sandwich, it's game over.
Yeah,
Doesn't look the
yeah.
same. The angles, the time of day, looking a little lotioned up always helps. There's different things you can do, people. But yeah, it's normal to have a little jelly in your belly. Especially like if you sit down, like everybody should have some jelly in their belly. Unless you have like 0% body fat, in which case good for you. But people who are looking to scoop out their fat like that, like you don't need to. Heidi went too far again. So you can do better than that, people. No offense,
Stupid
Heidi.
hall.
Oh, anyways, for this next one, and this one kind of hurts me a little bit because I love this man. And this is when Snoop Dogg became Snoop Lion for literally like 12 minutes of a summer in 2012, which I remember very well because they even made a documentary about this that they put on Netflix, which is
Really?
yep. It's him in the journey to go from Snoop Dogg to evolve to Snoop Lion. So in 2012, the Dog Father himself rolls into Jamaica and came back reborn as Snoop Lion, a reggae artist and supposed reincarnation of Bob Marley. Yep, that's what he said. He said he was fucking Bob Marley reincarnated. That he was done with rap and would now be preaching about peace,
I
love, and ganja, and a reggae revival album called Reincarnated. And then he dropped the dog from the name, adopted Lion, and like I said, even had a documentary about his spiritual journey, which is basically like imagine your chill uncle just like going full Rastafari cosplay overnight, and it's just him going around Jamaica smoking weed with a bunch of fucking Rastas. Like everywhere he goes, they just hand him blunts, and and then they show him making the music. And I have to say, a couple of the songs were good, but the songs that were the best were the ones where he had like Busta Rhymes rapping on it and stuff. So it was
yeah.
the stuff that actually stuck close to what he's supposed to be doing. So unfortunately, the Lion just didn't roar in this case. The critics dragged the album for being like surface level and awkwardly inauthentic, which is something that I guess it's a common theme that we're seeing in this list. People smell when something's not authentic a mile away. And also, reggae legends like Bunny Wailer even call them out for cultural appropriation, which, that's what you said about Miley. So, and long story short, fans missed the laid back West Coast Snoop who rapped about gin and juice. That's just, that's, you don't want to hear him singing about peace with fucking autotune and dreadlock extensions, so we just don't need that from Snoop. Eventually, thank God, literally, like I think like a month later, when he realized the great mistake, maybe when he sobered out from the fucking all the weed he smoked
Yeah.
in Jamaica, he decided to quietly return to his dog roots. Like literally, it never fucking happened. And he literally never talks about it anymore. And honestly, I'm glad that's the best reincarnation that can happen. Because fuck, sorry, Snoop, but Snoop
I think
Lion is not good. Not the
I
way to
think
go.
Martha Stewart saved him. She
Yeah,
was like,
right.
"Baby."
Martha Stewart made him like the nice uncle that everybody can hang out with. And honestly, it's like a perfect relationship, especially after her stint in jail. She had a little more street cred, and he adds a little bit of that too to it. She makes him a little more homely for the white people who were scared of him before. It's a win-win relationship for both of them.
I gotta say,
And, and they have great what's the word I'm looking for? Great chemistry. That's the word. Great chemistry together too.
I think she has more street cred than him. I gotta be honest. I think
At
she
this
does.
point, fuck yeah.
Um,
But he
I,
was
I just
accused of murder. She wasn't.
Oh, maybe okay, then he wins. So
Murder
so
was the case that they gave me.
speaking of recognition, I'm looking him up online right now. He has 3 Emmy Awards, which is great. He has MTV VMA, that's nice. He has a BT Award. He has 1 American Music Award. He has 17 Grammy nominations with 0 wins. I talk about this all the
Yeah,
time.
I know. That's ridiculous.
Justice for Snoop Dogg. He is like,
That's wild.
what? I mean, what an icon. He has no Grammys. Like, come on, guys. Like, get it together. I'm a fucking
Yeah, that's
Grammy already. It's
very wild.
fantastic. Anywho, well, moving on. Next up, another hip hop artist that went rock badly. And no, I'm not talking about Vanilla Ice. Who this guy should have learned from Vanilla Ice's example, right?
At least
So
Ice Baby, the metal version, was good. Ice Baby. Like that was kind of badass.
you know, I think like his fans were like the fuck similar to this
Yeah.
guy. So I'm talking about Lil Wayne. So in
Mhm.
2010, Lil Wayne dropped Rebirth, a rock album that I didn't necessarily ask for. Did you?
Marco,
No.
I love Lil Wayne at the time, and anything he put out, I would demolish. But
Well,
yeah,
I'm
this is
referring the
arguably
guy.
his worst.
So I'm referring to the guy behind the Carter 3. Is it pronounced the Carter the Third
The Carter
and
3. That's what it was.
3? And Lollipop. He suddenly decided he was a guitar shredding punk rocker. He even performed live with the guitar slung over his shoulder like he was auditioning for the Warped Tour that no one invited him to. Spoiler, the guitar was often unplugged. And yes, that is a Snapple fact. That is real.
He's a prop comic.
Yeah. Watch out,
Oh,
Carrot
man.
Top. Here comes Lil Wayne. So the album was critically destroyed. So reviewers said it sounded like someone gave a rock band garage band and told them to record it in a moving car. I mean, it was pretty bad. Fans were confused, the songs were incoherent, and Lil Wayne quickly returned to rapping where he belongs. The moral of the story, not every rapper needs a rock phase, especially one with 0 chords.
Yeah. And this one, I'm not gonna lie, hurts me on the list because I fucking, like I said, love, and at the time, even more, love Lil Wayne. And at the time this came out, I'm not gonna lie, I totally defended him. I was in college and I swore by it. But other than 1 or 2 songs that were like pretty decent, it was not great. However, I am glad to see, like Snoop Dogg, he went back to his roots. Now he recently came out with the Carter 6, which is fucking fire, and he is back to greatness again. So shout out to Wheezy, F baby. The F is for phenomenal. You still got it, good sir. You still
Do you
got
think that if he changed his rock album from Rebirth to Rebirth Unplugged, that he would get more
it.
positive feedback if he was like honest about it? You know what I mean?
Yes. Well, he would play. I remember like he would play like one thing, but it was like a quote unquote solo, and it was honestly not good. And you would just let him slide because it's Lil Wayne. But other than and if it was anybody else, I would have been like, dude, what are you doing? Like Corey Feldman had better talent on fucking solos than Lil Wayne does, and on guitar solos. So I'm sorry, Weezy, but you should never fucking done that publicly.
Yeah.
But anyways, on to the next one, and this one was a hilarious one that part of this we made fun of on our show, when you saw this girl busting a move. But this is Lindsay Lohan when going from It Girl to a Dubai wellness guru for some reason, because like, why not? And so basically, if you lived under a rock in the 2000s, Lindsay Lohan was fucking everywhere. She was the it girl in
Yeah.
America. She was red carpets,
The It train
tabloids were
wreck.
all over her. That's right. She was in cult classics like Mean Girls. But after, a couple public meltdowns, some court dates, and a few, let's call them creative choices, like, I Know Who Killed Me, anyone? She vanished from Hollywood, not to be seen again, until she suddenly reemerged. But no, not in LA, not in New York City, but in Dubai, as you do, with like a new weird accent,
Yeah.
a beach club, and a mysterious, like clean, quote unquote, lifestyle brand that no one really understood. Like the rebrand confused the hell out of everyone. She also tried launching like a reality show about her Mykonos beach club, which totally fucking tanked. Again, she spoke in like a bizarre, unknown international accent. Like it wasn't quite British. It wasn't quite like much of anything. I don't know what the fuck it was.
It's
And
like
she
New
went from,
Orleans, but
yeah,
worse.
like something like that. And she went from teen queen to spiritual influencer without any fucking explanation. And again, people did not buy it. It felt like someone hit like shuffle on her personality setting, and her little dancing in Dubai did not help. Luckily, she left all that behind, and she's now back in the spotlight for her acting, which is good. It looks like we'll get a Freaky Friday sequel in the works, which I'm super excited for. So at least she's having a happy ending after all, but not that type of happy ending, if you know what I mean.
I don't. Can you draw a picture?
Yeah, Uncle Steve will show you later. He's coming over.
He showed me. Hey, for 15 years of my life. Okay, so didn't she try to kidnap some kids or something when she was in like, I don't know, Egypt, or I don't know.
Oh my god. It was like a adoption thing.
I don't know. She was trying to rescue some people that like weren't being kidnapped.
Oh my god. It was a homeless lady. I know what you're talking about. A homeless lady hit her and like pushed her to the ground because she was like trying to persuade her and her kids or something uh to like give the children up to her or something like that. So yeah, it was like in Egypt or something. So
It's fucking weird.
let's see. Apparently, the family appeared. She was offering a hotel room and care for the kids, and then, you know, then apparently the parents were like weird about it, and then Lindsay Lohan became like increasingly aggressive and accused the parents of child trafficking and followed them as they attempted to leave. And at one point, the mother of the kid apparently hit Lohan, which knocked her on the ground. So, yeah, that sparked a lot of
But
criticism online.
in the mom's defense, she thought that Lindsay was Carrot Top, and I totally get it. I'm like, ew, you freaking get the fuck away from me, Ginger.
It's like, what do you mean? I'm not doing anything. Do you want to see what comes out of this pineapple? It's cake.
It's cake. Well, next
Oh
up,
boy.
I have another icon. But this one has a gap in her teeth. Her name is Madonna.
Yeah. I
So,
thought you said Jason Strahan.
so number 6, we have Madonna as a British aristocrat. So in the early 2000s, during her marriage to Guy Ritchie, Madonna, aka Movie Killer by Patti LuPone, Madonna took a hard left turn into British. Would you say, is it pronounced aristocracy or aristocracy?
Aristocracy, the first one, but it is
Oh,
aristocrat for if you're talking about one particular person.
okay. I should have went with my gut. Madonna took a hard left turn into British aristocracy when she adopted a British accent and persona. So, um, it's a little bit weird to me. I don't know. I feel like she overnight became like a British prick. And it's like, hello, you're from New England, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and pretty much like it's like she moved to the UK. She married Guy Ritchie, and then literally the next day she started like talking like a bad version of Simo, trying to talk like the Queen. You know, Hello.
Hello, I'm Adele. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, that's it right there. That was Madonna.
My roommate used to say
Hello,
that all
would you
the
like
time.
a trumpet and tie? Ew, why are you talking like that? Even Guy Ritchie was like, darling, why are you talking like this?
My old roommate, comedian Allie Clayton, used to always say that. Hello, I'm Adele. 1, 2, 3, and I would just be rolling. I don't know. It's just so because Adele does say F sounds instead of a TH.
Yeah.
So weird. Well, the public, my gay friends and I, we found it pretentious and inauthentic.
Yeah. Which again, notice, inauthentic. People just know. It's a mile away. You know? And like the fans were fucking confused. You know, like this was Madonna, the queen of the titty comb bras.
Yeah.
And the Catholic scandal. She was like, you know, like fuck. She's not some posh duchess with a goddamn yoga mat. You know, so everyone of course made fun of her. So, you know, it is what it is. And then when of course it's weird to say maybe Guy Ritchie like made her talk like that because as soon as she divorced him, so did like the Lady Madge phase, and then she went back to America, and then like never really talked about that again.
Yeah.
So, and that kind of makes me ask her, what accent is she doing now? It's like just a regular Madonna, but it's weird, man. Like I don't understand. I remember that like it was yesterday because it was so strange. Like, why is she talking like that?
You know
like,
what?
yeah, go on.
She during the pandemic, I think she was like in the bathtub or something. She made this video and she was like told the camera and she's like, "We're all in this together" during about like COVID lockdown. And I thought to myself, I'm pretty sure you're in your like Olympic sized jacuzzi
Yeah, you're 9
in
foot
your
deep hot
upper
tub, you bitch.
yeah, in your Upper East Side like private entrance, you know,
You have a chimpanzee
underground
making you
access.
mojitos.
Yeah, like
Fuck you.
yeah, what a weirdo.
Well, all the celebs. Like I remember when Gal Gadot led them all into singing "Imagine" together, and it's like,
Yeah.
and it literally showed all clips, and they're all like on vacation or their nice ass mansions. So yes, we're all in this together, man. Fuck you, man. The fuck? I've been eating fucking chocolates for 6 days straight because I'm fucking depressed. I lost my goddamn job. My fucking grandma died yesterday. Fuck did you do, bitch? But you recorded Imagine. Thank you. The world really needed that, Gal Gadot. Fucking asshole.
Meanwhile, Ted Cruz is like, "Oh, I had a mojito in Acapulco." What,
That's
is
right.
that wrong?
And my second bartender called out of work today. Oh, poor me. I only have one working bartender. Oh, fucking celebs. But yeah, Madonna, I'm glad you're not talking like a weirdo anymore.
You know what? I didn't know this when I was younger, but a long time ago, while we were like little kiddos, Madonna dated Sean Penn, who went
Yeah.
psycho and like tied her up to a chair and like was like crazy with her. And we give him leeway because he's an incredible actor, but like he was like super unhinged if what she's saying is.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if
That's
it's
weird.
fact, if it's alleged, but yikes, that was crazy.
That is very weird. I had no idea Champagne did that to her, but he is
Yeah,
kind of nutty.
he's a
He has his
nutcase.
moment where he does some weird shit. So, but anyway, speaking of weird shit, for this next one, we made it to the top 5.
Yeah.
This happened when the early 2010s when Paris Hilton becomes a DJ for some reason. You guys remember that? When Paris Hilton decided she wanted to be taken seriously,
I think
you
she
know?
still is.
Oh, God. So she decided to become a DJ, but you know, the hires who brought us a simple life, she started showing up at EDM festival in like sparkly headphones, spinning tracks like she'd actually downloaded Ableton and didn't just press play. And she headlined gigs in Ibiza and got paid millions of dollars per fucking set. But the problem, no one believed she was doing anything up there. literally, like, fans accused her of faking it. She'd just be like doing this the whole time.
Yeah.
The DJ community destroyed her too, and every set looked like she was literally vibing next to a USB stick. Like even if she had skill, the rebrand came off like an expensive PR stunt. So eventually, she leaned back into her brand as like a fucking pop culture icon, which is all she needs to goddamn do, and not someone who opens for Diplo, you know. But it's like she literally looked like her DJing looked like your little sibling when you hand them a controller in a one-player video game back in the N60 in the Nintendo days, and you tell him, "Oh, you're playing," and his dumbass like, "Yay!"
Like if your tail
Never happened to me.
You're Sonic, you give your sibling the other controller. Your Tails. No,
Your
have fun.
Tails,
You're
right.
supporting me.
And then they keep fucking getting left behind and realize that Tail is useless.
Yeah, I felt for that.
That's what it would look like. Fucking that stupid DJ.
You know what? I will say, Paris Hilton, her song "Stars" isn't horrible. So from a singing perspective, like she can carry a tune. Like she's no Lady Gaga.
She's a decent singer. I will say. I didn't
she
mind
did a
her
song-
being a singer.
Yeah, she did a song this past year with what's her name? Sia.
Oh.
And
I don't know
I
that.
liked it. Yeah, it's not too bad. But anyhow,
Yeah, she should, if anything, she wants to do music, stick to the singing. She's not bad at it.
yeah, like you don't suck, you know.
Exactly. Open for some talented people and make it a thing. So I'm with you. Anyways, to the next one. Hit us, Mr. Mo.
All right, I'm gonna hit you like Steven Seagal. If you were John Leguizamo, what's his name?
Yeah, John Leguizamo.
Leguizamo. Okay, so Steven Seagal went from action hero to reggae blues crooner loser. So
Yeah.
in the mid 2000s, Carlos's favorite actor is Steven Seagal.
No. So much.
He has such like a pervy ponytail. Like some long hair is like, oh, so sexy, and then some long hair like Steven Seagal, you're like, yikes.
And he looks like with his hair, because he in the 80s he had a very much of a receding hairline.
Yeah.
And now he has like a weird widow's peak.
Yeah.
And you can totally tell he either draws it on or it's like all that like hairspray, like the black hair dye that people are thinning wear, and just like that's all. Like it's just like it looks ridiculous.
Yep.
But anyways, go on.
Anyway, so he's best known for snapping necks and straight to DVD B action flicks. So I don't know if you've heard of him before, but he's kind of like a really important person in the what's it called, the Grabby Awards.
That's right. That's right.
Okay, so he decided it was time to show the world his softer spiritual side through music. So he released 2 albums. Album number 1, Songs from the Crystal Cave. That was in 2005. And a year later, he had Mojo Priest. Yikes. And that's where he blended blues guitar with reggae rhythms and self-help lyrics. So in one particular surreal track, Strut, Seagal sings with complete sincerity about how he wants the punani, yes, actual lyrics, over a laid-back island beat.
And he's doing like a reggae voice too. Like he's trying, like he's just like, I want the punani. Like he's doing like a little he's trying to sound Jamaican thing.
Ugh, yikes.
But it's like a really bad Jamaican accent. It's so fucking bad. Obviously we can't play the song on here because we will get sued. But if you have a second, go on YouTube right now and check out Strut for at least the first 35 seconds before your brain explodes, but you will have a good laugh.
You know what I think the thought process was? I think he heard this song, Smooth Operator from Sade, and he was like, that's a great idea. What if we remove the operator and put pussy? And his producers were like, whoa, inappropriate. And he was like, okay. Punani, smooth punani, or something like that. Like, you have to link to it. Okay, that sounds great. Let's go for it.
The vagina is smooth because the punani is wet. And that's what I do. Yeah.
Yum. Okay, so anyhow, the attempt to position himself as a deep, soulful artist fell completely flat. Avi. The vocals were wooden, the lyrics cringeworthy, and the overall vibe felt like a parody of a midlife crisis. So
Yeah.
listeners were baffled. Was this the same guy who used to beat up terrorists in mall parking lots? Critics panned the albums as vanity projects, and fans weren't buying the Zen bluesman persona. Instead of reinventing himself, Seagal became a punchline, and the Punani song didn't help.
Yeah. If you want to reinvent your career and try something new, maybe don't talk about Punani. Just say. Just say.
Smooth operator at a landing strip,
And even
and I
this is
face
after a guy who bragged about grabbing women by the pussy became president of the United States twice.
Yeah.
All right. But if he said Punani, if Donald Trump would have used the word Punani, he would have lost that election. I
Yeah, he'd be
guarantee
like,
it.
oh.
Yeah, people are like, ugh. Even like the hardcore MAGAs would have been like, what the fuck? Punani?
You know
No,
what?
hell. I don't
Instead
even
of
vote for
instead of pussy, instead of punani, I think we should refer to the vagina as a hairy hatchet wound. You heard it here, folks.
Harry Hatchet wound.
Yeah.
Oh god. About let's see. Let me think. Like Harry Potter or something like that. I don't know. I feel like Harry Hatchet would could be, or you call it the Chamber of Secrets if you want to stick to Harry
No.
Potter.
They'd be like, you want to know a secret? No, I most certainly do not. I don't need it. I'm good.
You can go study at Snatch Warts if you want. Got to see a doctor about that. Steven Seagal. Who wants the punani? Not me. No, not from you, sir. Please step away. Get the fuck away from me. But yes, that was Steven Seagal. We are down to the final three.
Final countdown.
And it's actually great that we're down to the final three because let me tell you, I had a big dinner and my tummy is working a big punani.
Oh,
After the show. I'm taking it back. Anyways, for number three,
sounds like a happy flappy. And by the way, this number three to me, I think should have been number one. I'm just gonna say it to everyone that's listening. To me, this is like the main.
I know it was tough. It was tough, but these top three, any of these could have been number one in my opinion.
Yeah.
They're all terrible. Like this could be like 1A, 1B, 1C type things. So just know these top threes are all crazy. And this one specifically is Garth Brooks when he decided to become a totally different fucking dude for some reason. In 1999, we all know Garth Brooks. He's a fucking country megastar. And he decided he was bored of like his twangy bangers and instead reinvented himself as Chris Gaines, a mysterious, brooding, weird soul patch Australian pop rocker with jet black emo bangs. Yes, that's right. Garth Brooks put on a fucking wig. He made up a fake backstory and a tortured alter ego for an imaginary movie soundtrack that never even got made. He even went on SNL as Garth to introduce Chris Gaines as the musical guest. So, like, what the fuck? America collectively said, what the fuck is happening? You got a freaking toupee, a new genre. Like, what the fuck was he thinking? Was it a joke? I don't know. Because fans didn't want Garth the God. Let me tell you. They wanted tractors. They wanted beer. They wanted the emotional cowboy ballads, not some guy who looked like the fucking bassist from Creed. What the fuck, Garth? And the album, of course, flopped. The movie was scrapped and never made. And Garth quietly, literally pretended like it never happened. But let me tell you, Garth, that eyeliner lives on in fucking meme infamy.
I still don't know if it's real or not. I don't know. I don't know if it was supposed to be like a funny joke and we just didn't get it. And he was like, oh, maybe not. Let's just put it behind
Yeah,
us.
they're not getting it. Let's not talk about it again. You
I
know.
don't know. It's kind of like when Donald Trump's like, "There's no Epstein files. Let's not worry about that. Like, I'm done talking." Like,
Are you
we're
still
all
talking about
good.
Jeffrey Epstein? Okay, believe me, because we talked about him enough. Okay, he was just some creep. Okay, and sure, he had a fun time with the ladies. You know, at the one time with the video camera. But no, there's no Epstein list. Especially because I threw it in my fireplace. I mean, it never existed to begin with. Believe
No,
me.
you put it on bitch Bonnie's desk, and she's like, "What are you talking about?" She's
Yeah.
like, "I did
I
an
have
interview on
it
Fox
on my
News,"
desk.
and that guy was like, "Yeah, I have the quote here." He's like, "You said,"
Yep.
and she's like, "Oh,
Yep.
well, I mean, well, well, you gonna hold me accountable for what I say on TV? Like, what?"
Yeah, that's the best. We have the Epstein list. We just need a little more time, a few days, but it's on my desk. And then 2 hours later, there is no list. Case closed. Nothing to see here.
You know
You
what? I
fucking
wanna know
moron.
who's on that list, and I have a prediction. I think that Bill Clinton's on the list, and I think Donald Trump's on the list. And I don't care what party you're part of, but I feel like if you are dipping and doing, no matter how much money you have, or if you're president of the United States or not, if you're dipping and doing with minors, it's inappropriate. I want
Yeah,
you
if you're part
held
of a sex
accountable.
trafficking scheme, it doesn't fucking matter the party you're in. You should go to jail.
I
And
want you in
that's
jail.
it. But
So
the
I don't
problem
care.
is that MAGA likes to keep moving the goalposts. And they keep doing this whataboutism only because to protect their own. And now they're like protecting pedophiles, literally, just because their leader apparently could be potentially one of them if this list is real and it's being hidden for the reasons that everybody and their mother thinks is being hidden.
I don't
So
think that Joe Biden's on this list because I think he has more integrity for
no,
sure. But
yeah,
let's
me
say
too.
if he was, I would say, I don't care what he's going through health wise. Lock his ass up. I don't care who it
No,
is. If you are dipping and doing with kids who are under 18, I think you should be held accountable.
sex
And
traffic too.
and I
Not
feel
even
like
sex for minors, because that's already bad enough, but that could be a consensual thing. Fucking girls, they're essentially brought to these islands to have all their shit taken from them. They were held hostage there and told,
yeah.
go ahead, try to swim home. You can't. And literally held there against their fucking will. Like, that is awful.
And I
Ugh,
feel like
fuck all that.
America likes to say to everyone else in the world, like, we don't tolerate like sexual deviants or like or just like perverts or
It kind
sexual
of does.
assaulters. But then it's like, well, Bill Cosby got out of jail on technicality, and P. Diddy isn't um it was found not guilty on the most serious charge that we think that he's all guilty of. And here comes
Right.
Donald Trump who is like 30 something count like he was found guilty on like 30 some counts of like sexual assault or something, right? Or so many felony accounts, but some of them were sexual assault, correct? And like he's our president. And so I feel like we're sending a message that's like um you can do whatever you want, and if you have money, it's okay. You can touch people without
Yeah.
permission. That's what it sounds like they're saying. I don't whatever. There's an Epstein list. I wanna know who's on it, and it's not looking good for you, Cheeto. Okay. So, the next one up, I have this girl puzzles me. She was on Dance Moms, and her name is JoJo Siwa, who is like a social media sensation with her like side ponytail, huge bows, like rainbow neon colored outfits. And she was like super kid friendly. And then she went from like kid bopper to wherever the fuck she is now with like weird outfits and like are you a lesbian or not lesbian? Like I don't know. Like you were a fucking baller on that special agent show. What was that show called? Secret
Special
Service,
forces.
Special
Yeah,
Forces. She's fucking badass.
yeah,
And I was
she
like,
was
"You're
awesome in that.
incredible."
And then she started like was weird, like it's
On
like
Big
Gene
Brother.
Simmons meets like the genie from Aladdin,
Yeah,
and then she took like a freeze dried turd and stuck it to her chin
yeah, I
to
see
be like
that.
a weird like what the fuck is that? And
I
then
think
she
that's
made
her
this
most
video
recent music video. Yeah,
and with like horrible, crazy dancing, which for someone who's a professional dancer, it's like if a choreographer gave her the directions, like make it as annoying as possible, JoJo, and the people will love it.
so I feel like if she just went like if she had her own podcast, was like, "This is who I am. I'm a
Well, at least she does have her own podcast.
but if she
But
was like, I'm a former child reality star. I'm navigating life, and I was questioning my sexuality, and now I think I found the perfect guy, and this is where I'm at." Like, I would be like, okay, I respect that, but I'm like, whoa, girl, like this is very performative to me. It
yes,
seems very much
very.
age appropriate. It's like, okay, how can I like put on some crazy outfits and like wow the world with some like, you
She
know,
tried to reproduce what Miley did, and
yeah,
it's even more performative and
worse,
more
yeah,
over the top. And like to the point where she's like, I invented a genre of pop. It's gay pop. Like, shut up, bitch. The gay pop's been around for fucking like 50 years. Are you crazy? Like, what
I'm
the fuck do you think
I'm
Cher was
sit-
doing?
I'm sitting on a gay pop right now.
It melts
Oh
in your
yeah,
ass, not your mouth.
yum.
Wait, what?
I know what flavor it is that I put it in my butt. All right, so
Yeah, but she tried way too fucking hard, and like it was a clear failure. I think now, at least like now she's dating this guy and she's trying to be more normal, but it was like clearly this was like a publicist team. Like, okay, JoJo, you're too much of a girly girl. So instead, you're gonna be a hardcore lesbian who who is intense and rocks and like you're edgy now, JoJo. But she's not. She's like a dorky girl. Like, let her be that. Like in her authentic form, she had success. You just keep her, maybe don't be as goddamn like, much of a goddamn caricature, but be something that's you. And I feel like people will like you more. But good Lord, I feel like she was all over my TikTok feed too for like the longest time. And
yeah,
and
me
none of
too.
it was positive in the comment section. Everyone was like, what the fuck? Why does this bitch keep popping up? Because you could tell it was someone trying to make her a thing too, but it was just not good. And so this easily could have been number one as well. Because good Lord.
For someone who's apparently queer, you don't have any gay men in your styling team because a gay guy would be like, "Bitch, no, hell the
Yeah,
fuck." I
remember
know
the fuck
Halloween
came
ain't
up
a
with her?
crime, but like this is crazy.
Yeah, this looks like a little boy came up with her outfit. It was like, we're gonna make you scary.
Yeah,
Like, what the fuck is this? It's bad. It is bad.
it's horrible.
But
Anywho, we're up to
speaking
number
of bad,
one.
we've made it
Ooh.
to our number one. That's right. Oh god. And of all the rebrands we've had, I think at least most people, sure, a lot have lost money, some have broken even, but none has been as much of a financial disaster as this one, which I
Like
had to make it
Donatella
number
Versace, her face. Wait,
one. Oh
where are you
god,
going
yeah,
with this?
yes, that's exactly. No. This is when Ja Rule decided to become a festival mogul, aka, this is going, the
Yeah,
Fire Fest fiasco.
super
Oh
sad.
Lord, yeah. Hold on, I feel like I gotta add some impact to it. The
Womp,
Fire
womp,
Fest
womp, womp.
fiasco.
Yeah, that's good.
Follow with a little.
Yeah, poor guy.
Yeah, this was bad, you guys. Because once the chart-topping rapper Ja Rule decided to level up by becoming a luxury festival tycoon. Enter Fire Festival, the 2017 event that promised yachts, influencers, beautiful, sexy models everywhere, and gourmet meals on a private island. Booze, good times, sex, rocks, and rock and roll. Everything you can imagine.
They
Oh,
got
what did people
astronaut
think
food on
instead?
a paper plate.
That's right. They got FEMA tents. They got
Yep.
soggy cheesesteak sandwiches. Zero artists signed on to fucking come. No one showed up. And there was a social media meltdown that literally gave the internet its Super Bowl because it
Yep.
was a bunch of spoiled, rich influencer kids fucking freaking out and asking for the manager. And I'm not going to lie, for the rest of us who thought this thing was stupid to begin with, it was pretty hilarious. But there's a couple of great documentaries on this. One's on Netflix, and I think the other one's on Prime, but I don't know, maybe Hulu. Yes, it's on Hulu. So if you want the full details on this, check it out. However, Long story short, Ja Rule's attempt to rebrand from rapper to tech visionary went down in fucking flames. He claimed he didn't know the full extent of the disaster, which, sure, Jan. But but the damage was done. And plus, he's all over the fucking documentary. You could tell he fucking knew. It's just a miracle that he didn't go to jail because he wasn't the top of this. The other guy was. I'm blanking on his name. But Ja Rule's name became synonymous with fraud and failure. And instead of launching a business empire, he launched memes, documentaries, and probably the greatest reminder that you should never trust a fucking promo video with models and zero infrastructure. And now every time Ja tries something new, I have to say at least the bar is pretty low for him because at least people will be like, is it Fire Festival bad? Because that
I
was
mean,
fucking bad.
like I think of him as like, oh, you're the one that got away for Ashanti because I'm a little bit older. But
Yeah.
I think younger people associate him with the Fire Festival. That's not a good thing to be associated with. Like that's
Oh,
pretty hard to like, you know.
no. It's better to be murder.
Yeah,
Well, you
exactly.
my baby. That's what I remember Ja Rule. But no, he's now Billy McFarland. That's the guy who founded Fire Festival, who apparently is trying to do it again. And Fire Festival 2 is going way just about as bad as Fire Festival 1. He had claimed that he had locations, and then the actual like mayors of the countries or like the cities that he was supposed to be doing it were like, nope, we're never gonna host this asshole. I
Yeah.
don't know what he's talking about. So yeah, if you're stupid enough to go to Fire Festival number 2, then I got a bridge to sell you down the street, motherfucker. So please come, give me a follow at Carlos Does the World and give me some money.
You know, I think that like Will Smith. Like when I hear Will Smith, I think Getting Jiggy with It, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, like Independence Day, Bad Boys. But I think young people associate him with like being the actor that slapped Chris Rock on stage at the Oscars. You know what I mean? So sometimes
Yeah.
you're really careful because like even though you have a lot of notoriety, like young people just remember the now. You know what I mean? So
Mm.
you gotta be really careful because older people, your fans are older, we die. And then young people take over. So you have to make sure you're relevant for young people in a good way.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. And I mean, if anything, you learn anything from this list is you also have to figure out like one Ja Rule. What world did you think that you were the right guy to plan this festival? Like I get it if you were gonna bring your music connections and stuff, but like you did nothing. You were there just to party. And so obviously, with the good comes the bad. And if you take anything from this list, just note that most of the ones that we laughed at and ripped on were because they were inauthentic as shit. And it was like people who were so far out of their lane that it was just laughable. And this is the same thing with Ja Rule. Like I'm sure there's very, very good profitable ventures that the man could go into. But influencer Fire Festival, I was just like, what the fuck? This is not a fit. And it turned out exactly how I figured it would fit.
Yeah.
Just like most of these rebrands on the list. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, let us know what you thought of our list of the top 10 worst rebrands that celebrities attempted right here on the FratChat Podcast. Give us a follow. Shoot us an email. First, fratchatpodcast@gmail.com. And also let us know what you think of the Miley debate. We will feature your answers on the show. And, yeah. And give me a follow. Give us a follow at FratChat Podcast. That's on Instagram. That's on Facebook. That's on Threads. That's on YouTube, Twitter /X. You can also give me a follow as well. Check out my website, carlosgarciacomedy.com. You can also check me out on social media at Carlos Does the World, on Instagram, on Facebook, on TikTok, on Threads, on YouTube, and Carlos Does the World on Twitter /X. And last but not least, check out my buddy Seam over here at chris.moore.comedy on Instagram and TikTok, and Seymour Comedy on Twitter /X. Oh, yeah. So, Mr. Mo, It's time to rebrand and sing about the punani. So why don't you please get us out of here?
I motion to adjourn this meeting so I can light a candle at my Miley Cyrus shrine to apologize for anything that I may have said that was offensive because I love you so much and I'm so sorry. But girl, I didn't like the rebranding.
And I second because I want the punani. All right, you guys, we'll be back next week with another edition of the greatest podcast in the history of podcast and time. It's the FratChat Podcast. I'll see ya.
Bye.